This video walkthrough shows how to customize an out-of-the-box skill in Now Assist so it matches the way your teams actually work. What we ship in Now Assist for the different CRM generative AI skills are models or examples we want you to tailor as processes vary highly company to company. In this guide, you will learn how to adapt package skills to your data, your processes, and your customer scenarios while keeping the underlying design and best practices intact. Taking case summarization as an example. The goal is to help you adapt package skills to your data, workflows, and business processes with confidence to achieve full value. Let's take a look at that process as of the Zurich Patch 4 release. We start the process with selecting and thinking about that valuable skill that we have out of the box. Then we have to select which tool we want to utilize. Is it going to be Now Assist Admin Console or Now Assist Skill Kit? In order to decide that, you could also see what allows you to clone it and what's the best approach if it's already existent with other tailoring customizations you've done. Let's imagine you're going to use Admin Console. And what you're going to see is that similar to with Skill Kit, you duplicate or clone the skill. The difference is that in Console, you will see and change the base table to the extended table in the case of case summarization. And then you will choose additional inputs and configuration that are required for that skill to function. Now, both of these processes actually merge at this step. So when we are able to progress with the process, you have to find the prompt to edit within the LLM provider. You're going to clone this prompt, and then you're going to add new inputs into the prompt and modify the instructions that are within it. After you're done with that, you can add tools, usage conditions such as specific states, pre and post processors for formatting or such. Then you will save and finalize the prompt and then test it. With this, you should be able to publish and finish your configuration on the admin console if that's where you started, or all the way on Skill Kit and then publish it and be able to leverage it within the out-of-the-box different interfaces such as Workspace or UI 16, and then be able to enjoy the benefits of the design. Let's take a look at the demo. So to establish some context, let's take a look at the Workspace interface, what John Jason, the customer service agent, can actually see in terms of complaint cases. If we look at this extended case type, we can see that it has additional fields. So for example, it has the part of categories, subcategory that are specific for this case type, the complaint details, the address that is unique as we added this specific attribute to the case type, and that is the use case we're going to use to clone the case summarization skill that has been activated, as you can see here, for this specific purpose. So you click on make a copy, and it should start duplicating the skill within the Now Assist admin console. Now let me pivot into Now Assist Skill Kit while the console loads and show you the alternate version of this that I showed you on the process diagram before. You can just go to ServiceNow Skills. This is all of our out-of-the-box skills that we ship, and then you can click on the one that we have for case summarization, and then once it loads, you can click on the three dots on the top right and click on clone, and then you can take it from there. But this will be the equivalent step of what we're doing right now on the admin console. Two ways to tackle the same thing. Now let's go back to the admin console as it was loading. Once it's duplicated, make sure you change the name, because all of these goes to the LLM. So you want to make sure that this has enough context and it makes sense to your use case. Gonna name it complaint, case summarization. Even here on the description of the skill, that's a good practice to have, right? You can see what we have out of the box. You can just simply modify a small piece. So we all have the context when we have as fellow admins to take a look at this. And then hit on save and continue. And then here you will notice that the base input is case right there on the top. So if I put address as an additional field, I won't be able to find it because that's not part of that case type. So I'm going to select complaint case type, right, as part of the extended table. And now if I type address, I should be able to find it. Now, this is where we provide a description for the LLM to understand what this field is about. Give it again more context, more grounding, right? That's what you're doing here, trying to make it more deterministic. I'm also going to go ahead and add the product. And just as an FYI, you can actually dot walk from here. So if I write again product, I can click on the arrow and select any of the attributes that are under product. So that's another good point in case you had additional fields you might want to relate to it. All right, so I'm just going to add also another description for this. The product or service customer is complaining about. Do take note how description should description state are the out-of-the-box fields that we cannot modify, right? Those are the standard ones that come out of the box. So I'm going to add a category to specify the type of complaint we are having, as I show you on the workspace view. And then you can see how this specific template is for the state of new. I'm just going to save it to make sure that my changes are actually inserted. I can also go to work in progress, right? And again, add some additional fields as the ones that we were doing earlier. Address. Again, defining the location where the complaint is happening. And very important, again, you can see description state on the top. Read only, again, that's what we offer out of the box. Additional comments and work notes are obviously, as you can see, optional. But again, you can modify all of these as needed. I'm also going to add product to this one. And I'm also going to add category. Put the same description as we had before. And to make matters more interesting, let's add the subcategory also as part of the inputs that I want to send to the prompt. All right. And what you also notice is that as part of the configuration, not customization yet, you can actually add related tables and sources such as relationship tables and activities such as email and attachment as part of this configuration. Now, before I go on, remember that I do have conditional sets as I spoke earlier. So I'm going to add a specific state that is part of this case type called under review. So it's part of that, right? And I can also do that for resolved. Do any changes as necessary. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to leave it what we have out of the box right now for resolve and close, as you can see here. And then we're going to go ahead and click on save and continue. And you're going to notice that I need a specific skill. I do want to show you this because this is one of those that people forget. The SN Skill Builder Admin. I just give myself that access, so now I can actually edit the prompt in Skill Kit. So these are the steps I was telling you, right? We're going to find the prompt, create a clone of it, make all necessary changes, publish it, and then come back here to test any associated records. So once you click on it, this is the view that I was telling you when the two processes merge for analysis Skill Kit. So you see on the left all the types of providers, right, that we have supported here, and the case summarization out of the box one. You can also see how the complaint case was mapped out and how this is the default one is fully published, right? So the first thing we have to do, as I said earlier, is make sure that this is your clone of an out-of-the-box skill and that you are watching all the different prompts that you have for the different states. Work in progress, resolved, right? We have some that are from platform, like record summarization, and the ones that we grounded in CSM are the ones that say case summarization. So you just click on this clone prompt to edit, and we're going to change the name to something more descriptive. As I said, everything goes as a final mega prompt, if you will. So let's make sure that we're typing anything here that makes more sense. We're just going to call it complaint case summarization new state. You can see that is copying the usage conditions. You're clicking on add. And again, those usage conditions are that this is only to be used for new state. All right. So now we're gonna scroll down here and find the actual prompt because obviously, if it's read only means that we're not on the right one. And so over here you can see what the prompt is, that you're a customer representative, you're giving these specific attributes, and you should display an issue and service level agreements, right? This is what we ship out of the box. This is basically the prompt that is behind the skill. Um, and it's very deterministic that it wants it to have it on a JSON file at the end, that it shouldn't generate an explanation, reasoning, commentary, or description about the summary, that it shouldn't make up information. Now I do have my prompts that I had created before, so I want to add the address, the product, and the category. So I'm saying it on the same format. Hey, I want you to add these 3 sections: address, product, and category, as a single string. And again, is all part of that JSON format I want you to show. So basically that was just natural language, right? I just added further instructions. And now we also have to add, of course, as part of these instructions, that we are going to give these customer service representative these new attributes, right? Product, category. Remember that this is only for the new state. And then we also have the address field, right? That is specific to the complaint case type. We should also add them here, right, on inputs and tools. So again, you go and find complaint case right there, right? That way it's actually related. And then you look here for address, for example, right? Same steps that we did before, just to make sure that you are grounding it correctly. And if I can type that correctly. All right. And then we also have remaining category. And this one, remember, it does not use subcategory. We have only that for the state of work in progress. So just for my own best practices and formatting purposes, it's good for you to take these new attributes and, of course, just order them, put them, in a better view, because, I always tell people prompting is almost like poetry, right? You have to come back to it and make sense of it. And these variables, these wildcards are important because you can see how it's dot walked from the complaint case type table that has been extended to the specific field, right? So it's just generalized. Okay, so everything looks good. They're all matched up. I'm making sure I'm okay with this prompt, and so I save it. And this is a crucial step because otherwise you're going to lose the information. You can also have assistance from Now Assist in how to write it, settings, like I was saying before, post and pre-processing. And then once you're done with this, you can also, by the way, add any specific inputs and really verify any of that information that we had. You're familiar with this screen, right? That we have on the other side of admin console, right? That's like a sneak peek of that. And then you can just finalize the prompt, right? By clicking that lock button. Once you finalize that, it's going to go to read only, so you cannot change it anymore. And you can then, of course, publish it. But before we do that, remember, we also have to, double check is actually finalized, right? That is defaulted as the one that we want to use. And you can see that because it's read only. And then we should also, of course, now ignore resolved. And we're going to take this work in progress for case summarization one that we have and also clone it, right? These are the same steps that we did before. Change the name of the prompt, make it, again, more deterministic to what we are trying to do here. So complaint case summarization for any work in progress condition, as you can see here, that I highlighted. And once you have that, again, you have to scroll down to on the left to make sure that you are actually selecting the new created prompt. As you can see, is modifiable, it's not read-only. Same information that we had before, right? The same wildcards. That's, again, the out-of-the-box one. So remember, you can look at inputs from here, making sure that we are remembering what we have. You just have to click on the resolve template over there, right? We got to think about address, product, category. And then what we're going to do is click on inputs and tools and select, again, these fields. Make sure that you're adding them. Again, you can also do a walk over here. It's a great functionality if you have relationships between tables and reference qualifiers. The other one that we had was product, category, and this one had the specificity of also allowing us to enable subcategory on the summarization. So we are adding all of these additional attributes to make it much more interesting. And again, I just formatted because this is a good practice, so you can read this later or anyone can do it. And then I had, again, some prompts already created for this to explain what each of these is based out of the descriptions I had from before. So all we're going to do now is paste them over here. You can see address, product, category, and subcategory. Return a single string that represents product, category, subcategory provided for the case. Use the exact value from the input. Do not normalize. Do not embed information. And of course, on the right, you can always add your post or preprocessors and, do anything that you might want to add in terms of tools or any other interesting things. So we're just going to save it. As a reminder, if this was published and you're just doing iterations of prompts that are already created, you can run tests from here. And then just select the complaint case type is already added there. You can even add additional states, priorities, fields to test it out. Obviously, right now, as you can see there, this is not even published, so we cannot do testing here. So we cannot do iterations from something that is not published yet. So again, we just make sure everything is fine, making sure it's published and finalized. And let's go ahead and do that right now. A reminder, you could always add it as an update set as part of the setup. Here is just telling me, hey, make sure that you're okay with these new prompts that are going to be selected for this type of states, right, of conditions you had from before. So I can click and it's going to send me back to Now Assist Admin. And, I can double check all of that. I always like to go back and make sure that I put this as default because I feel like that is kind of doing all the check marks in terms of being not only the default one, but that it has conditions and is actually published. It's like the 3 checks that you can see there. So now I'm going to go to, an example here. This is a new complaint case. You can see it's in Santa Clara, California. And I can go back to my testing scenario. So for new, remember, this is only for the state of new. This is the only case for complaint I have. I can see Santa Clara is there. I can see the product gateway ZX series that was there before, and the categories actually got summarized with these new headers that I added from before, just because I wanted it in that format, but that's totally optional. This other one is for this Acme product, for a defective product that is broken, and unhelpful staff, that they were not knowledgeable, and this happened in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm sorry, Atlanta. But then you can just select that, run the test, and you can see how the address is there. The product is selected, the category and subcategory are actually there, right? Remember, we added subcategories. So they are all the ones that we selected from the original case. All right, so it seems everything is fine. And then you can even do the result and see how it looks out of the box. Remember, we didn't modify this one, so this is the prompt that shows up as out of the box, right? Just the issue and key actions taken, if there was any specific resolution added. But this is a test, so we didn't add anything. Remember, you could always change the availability of skills, right? Maybe I just want to show this only for the Boxy account and only them can use this skill. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to leave it available for everyone, but it's a choice you have to finish the configuration. And now you can actually add automatic triggers. So it can actually proactively do the summarization. So anything that is account equals Boxio is going to do a proactive summarization. Again, this is a new feature as part of Zurich Patch 4. And finally, you can add here any roles that should be allowed to have access to this specific skill. Here you should select if you want to see it on the summarization card within the interface or within the Now Assist panel. Make sure that roles are tailored here. And then you click on Save and Continue, as you can see. Just make sure everything is fine towards where you actually configure, and then you finally activate it on the admin console. You should be able to see that success green message here on the bottom that says active. So that means that we are good. It's active on those two interfaces, again, in product within the interface and in the panel. So let's refresh this and see what this looks like. Again, from the agent view, we're going to refresh this Boxio complaint case from Julie. And you can see on the center how we have the case summarization card showing up with the product. And this is on the state of new, right? So we only have the product, the address, that again is an additional extended field. And let me go ahead and find the other complaint case, which was 001. And this one again is doing the practice summarization also for Boxio. And this is for under review state. And you can see it has the issue, the key actions taken, because I left those in. But I can also just scroll down here and see the additional attributes that I added, such as product, category, and subcategory, which again, it was all part of that specific prompting that we added. All right. So that is the end-to-end demo of how we publish skills after they've been tailored and grounded on your business processes, data, tools, and any other specific requirements your business might have. Please visit us in the ServiceNow communities. The URL here has a lot of implementation guides, videos, and steps, deep dives for every agentic workflow and generative AI skill. So you might find this very useful as you implement the best version of Now Assist for your business. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.